Have you ever felt underestimated, like people saw you as weak, naive, or even invisible? Well, here's the truth. Sometimes being underestimated is your greatest power. You see, while they thought you were the sheep, you were quietly building your empire, playing the long game, strategizing like a wolf in disguise. And now, they're sitting there wondering how they missed the signs. How did they misjudge you so badly? In today's video, we're diving into the art of turning their underestimation into your triumph. How silence, resilience, and a little bit of strategy can completely flip the script and leave them wondering where it all went wrong. So, if you've ever been the one who had to fight your way through doubt, betrayal, or misjudgment, this one's for you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and comment below with your own story of turning adversity into strength. Let's build this community of wolves together. Throughout history, countless individuals have been viewed as weak, insignificant, or incapable. Society often labels those who don't immediately showcase their strengths as sheep, assuming they will remain followers, unable to break free from the confines of mediocrity. But what happens when these so-called sheep begin to recognize the power of being underestimated? What if they turn this perception into their greatest strength, evolving into formidable wolves who lead and inspire? The power of underestimation lies in its ability to fuel an inner drive. When someone is overlooked or dismissed, it often ignites a spark within them to prove their worth. This transformation isn't about outward appearances, but about cultivating an inner strength that eventually manifests in extraordinary achievements. Many great leaders, innovators, and change-makers started as underdogs. Their secret weapon: the power of being underestimated. Take, for example, a young man who grew up in a small town, constantly overshadowed by his peers. He wasn't the top student, the most athletic, or the most charismatic. Yet, he carried a quiet determination. He spent countless hours honing his skills, learning from failures, and preparing for his moment. When the opportunity finally arose, he astonished everyone with his competence and leadership, outpacing those who had once dismissed him. This transformation from sheep to wolf is a process of self-discovery and growth. It begins with self-awareness, acknowledging one's perceived weaknesses and recognizing them as areas of potential strength. This self-awareness leads to a plan, a strategy to turn the tides in one's favor. It involves hard work, perseverance, and an unyielding belief in one's abilities. Consider the story of a woman who was often labeled as too shy and introverted. She was constantly overlooked for leadership roles and significant opportunities. Instead of letting this define her, she chose to work on her communication skills, gradually stepping out of her comfort zone. She took courses, attended workshops, and practiced public speaking in front of small groups. Over time, she transformed into a confident leader, known for her ability to connect with others and inspire teams. What was once perceived as a weakness became her greatest strength. The journey from being underestimated to becoming a powerful force is not without its challenges. It requires resilience to withstand the doubts and criticisms of others. It demands courage to step into roles that others believe you are unfit for. But most importantly, it requires a mindset shift, seeing underestimation not as a limitation, but as an opportunity to surprise and surpass expectations. Each person's path will be unique, shaped by their experiences and choices. However, the core of this transformation is universal. It's about embracing one's true potential, irrespective of how others perceive you. The wolf in sheep's clothing becomes the leader, the innovator, the trailblazer, someone who not only proves their worth, but also inspires others to do the same. In this journey, the power of underestimation is a gift in disguise. It provides the space to grow without the pressure of high expectations, allowing for experimentation, learning, and self-improvement. When the time comes to reveal one's true capabilities, the impact is often profound, leaving an indelible mark on the world. So, whether you feel underestimated in your career, personal life, or any other aspect, remember that this perception can be your greatest asset. Use it to fuel your ambitions, work quietly and diligently, and prepare for the moment when you step into the spotlight. The transformation from sheep to wolf is within your grasp, waiting to unfold in the most unexpected and powerful ways. Mastering the silent comeback, outclassing betrayal with strategy, delves into the profound strength found in patience and silence, especially when dealing with betrayal. It's a narrative of wisdom and strategy, where words are replaced with deliberate actions, and emotional reactions give way to calculated moves that ultimately turn the tide. Betrayal is a deeply personal and often shattering experience. It leaves wounds that cut deep, challenging one's trust and sense of security. Whether it's in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, betrayal can make one feel powerless, angry, and desperate for retribution. However, there is an alternative path, a more powerful and refined approach that involves patience and silence. The silent comeback is not about passive aggression or cold detachment, it's about self-mastery and strategic action. When someone betrays your trust, the immediate reaction might be to confront or retaliate, but true power lies in restraint. By choosing silence, you gain control over the narrative, allowing yourself time to reflect, plan, and rebuild, without the noise of emotional outbursts clouding your judgment. Patience in this context is a form of strength. It is the ability to wait, observe, and understand the motivations and actions of the betrayer. This waiting period is not idle. It's a time to gather information, assess your resources, and consider your next steps. It's about transforming the pain of betrayal into a source of power, using it to fuel a well-thought-out comeback. Silence, on the other hand, speaks volumes. It confounds the betrayer, leaving them uncertain of your thoughts and intentions. In a world that often equates silence with weakness, mastering it becomes a formidable strategy. When you choose silence, you deny the betrayer the satisfaction of seeing your pain or eliciting a reaction. This leaves them in a state of uncertainty, often causing them to overthink and expose their vulnerabilities. Consider a scenario in a professional setting where a colleague undermines you, taking credit for your ideas or spreading falsehoods. Reacting impulsively might lead to a confrontation that could backfire, damaging your reputation. Instead, by exercising patience and silence, you allow the situation to unfold. You continue to perform excellently, document your contributions, and quietly build allies who recognize your worth. When the time is right, your consistent excellence and integrity become undeniable, outshining the deceitful colleague and highlighting their true nature. This strategic approach is not about revenge, but about justice and reclaiming your power. It's about positioning yourself in such a way that your comeback is not only impactful, but also irrefutable. The betrayer is left to confront their actions, while you emerge stronger, more respected, and with your dignity intact. Patience and silence are also forms of self-respect. They allow you to maintain your composure and not be dragged down to the level of those who wronged you. In relationships, when faced with betrayal, the silent comeback can involve focusing on self-improvement, nurturing your well-being, and surrounding yourself with supportive people. Over time, your growth and happiness become the most profound statement of all, showing that you are not defined by the betrayal, but by your resilience and strength. The silent comeback is a journey of empowerment. It requires faith in oneself, the wisdom to know when to act, and the courage to wait. It's about playing the long game, where your success and integrity speak louder than any words or immediate reactions could. In the end, those who underestimate you are left to reckon with a version of you that they never anticipated, a version that has risen above betrayal with grace and strategic brilliance. Checkmate. Playing chess in a checkers world delves into the art of strategic thinking, illustrating how a long-term mindset can outmaneuver those focused on short-term gains. Life often feels like a fast-paced game of checkers where quick moves and immediate victories are celebrated. However, true mastery comes from embracing the complexity of chess, a game where foresight, patience, and calculated risks pave the way to success. In a world that prioritizes speed and immediate gratification, it's easy to fall into the trap of chasing quick wins. The allure of instant rewards can be tempting, leading many to make decisions based on short-term outcomes. But those who truly excel understand that life is more than a series of quick moves. It's about setting up a strategy that leads to enduring success. The difference between playing checkers and playing chess lies in the depth of thought and the anticipation of future consequences. Imagine a chessboard where every move is deliberate, each piece positioned with a future outcome in mind. The game isn't about capturing the opponent's pieces as quickly as possible. It's about creating a plan that ensures victory in the endgame. This approach requires an understanding of not just your own position, but also the potential moves of your opponent. It involves thinking several steps ahead, predicting challenges, and adapting your strategy as the game unfolds. In life, this translates to a mindset where each decision is made with long-term goals in mind, where immediate gratification is sacrificed for greater rewards down the line. Strategic thinking in a world dominated by short-termism is a powerful tool. It allows you to rise above the noise, to focus on what truly matters. When others are distracted by immediate gains, the strategic thinker is quietly laying the groundwork for future success. This doesn't mean ignoring the present, but rather integrating present actions into a broader, more comprehensive plan. Consider an individual who enters a competitive field. While their peers might rush to make an impact, taking on any opportunity that promises quick recognition, the strategic thinker takes a different approach. They invest time in building skills, understanding the industry, and forming genuine relationships. They may not see immediate rewards, but over time, their foundation becomes unshakable. When challenges arise, they are prepared, having built a robust strategy that ensures their resilience and continued growth. Patience plays a crucial role in this process. In a world that often views patience as passivity, it's actually a form of strength. It's the ability to endure, to wait for the right moment, and to act with precision. This kind of patience is not about inactivity, but about deliberate action, taken when the time is right. It's about knowing that real success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that every move made with intention brings you closer to your ultimate goals. Silence, too, is a powerful ally in the strategic game. In chess, a player might remain silent, withholding their next move, while in life, this translates to discretion and careful planning. By not revealing your strategy too soon, you maintain an element of surprise, keeping others from anticipating your next steps. This silence isn't about secrecy for its own sake, but about maintaining control over your narrative and actions. As you navigate a world that often feels like a chaotic game of checkers, remember the wisdom of chess. Think beyond the next move. Consider the long-term implications of your decisions. Build a strategy that aligns with your values and goals, and trust in the process of steady, deliberate progress. The most successful people aren't those who achieve quick wins, but those who, like skilled chess players, master the art of the long game. They know that true victory comes not from rushing to the finish line, but from carefully planning each step, ensuring that when the time comes, They are positioned not just to win, but to win decisively. The power of self-validation, thriving without external approval, is an exploration into the profound strength that comes from believing in oneself. In a world where external validation often feels like the measure of success, the ability to thrive without it becomes an invaluable skill. Self-validation is about recognizing your worth and accomplishments from within, rather than relying on the approval of others to feel confident and capable. From a young age, many are taught to seek validation from external sources. Praise from parents, teachers, or peers can become the primary way individuals gauge their value. As people grow, this need for external approval often carries over into adult life, manifesting in a desire for recognition from colleagues, friends, or society at large. While external validation can provide a temporary boost, it's fleeting and unreliable. The true foundation of confidence and success lies in self-validation, the ability to affirm one's worth independently of others' opinions. Self-validation begins with self-awareness. It's about understanding who you are, your strengths, your values, and your goals. This understanding allows you to set personal standards for success, rather than measuring yourself against the expectations of others. When you validate yourself, you take ownership of your journey, acknowledging your achievements and growth without needing external affirmation. This internal validation is consistent and empowering, providing a stable sense of self-worth that isn't easily shaken by external circumstances. The importance of self-belief cannot be overstated. When you believe in yourself, you are more resilient in the face of challenges. You are able to take risks, pursue your passions, and navigate setbacks with confidence. Self-belief fuels perseverance and motivates you to continue striving toward your goals, even when external validation is absent or negative. It's the belief in your abilities that propels you forward, not the approval of others. To thrive without external approval, it's essential to cultivate a strong sense of self. This involves embracing your individuality and recognizing that your value isn't determined by others' opinions. It's about celebrating your unique qualities and understanding that success is a personal journey. The more you rely on your internal compass to guide you, the less you will need external validation to feel fulfilled. Consider the story of an artist who creates for the sheer joy of expression. While others may seek recognition and accolades, this artist finds satisfaction in the creative process itself. Their self-validation comes from knowing they are true to their vision and passion. Whether their work is praised or criticized, their sense of worth remains intact because it's rooted in their own belief in their art. This autonomy allows them to thrive, exploring their creativity without being hindered by the need for external approval. Another aspect of self-validation is the ability to accept yourself fully, including your imperfections and mistakes. It's about being kind to yourself, recognizing that growth is a continuous process and that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you validate yourself, you give yourself permission to be human, to learn, and to improve without the pressure of perfection imposed by external standards. Thriving without external approval also involves setting boundaries. It means being selective about whose opinions you let influence you. Not all feedback is valuable, and it's important to differentiate between constructive criticism and unwarranted negativity. When you trust your own judgment, you can listen to others without being swayed by their approval or disapproval. In essence, self-validation is about reclaiming your power. It's about realizing that you don't need others to tell you that you are worthy or successful. You have the ability to define your own success and find fulfillment in your own way. When you master the art of self-validation, you become resilient, confident, and capable of achieving your goals on your terms. You thrive because you believe in yourself, and that belief becomes the foundation for all your endeavors. Betrayal as a blessing. Finding strength in disloyalty uncovers the surprising ways in which betrayal, often perceived as a devastating blow, can become a powerful catalyst for personal growth and enlightenment. While the initial sting of betrayal can be profoundly painful, it frequently holds within it the seeds of transformation, offering valuable lessons and clarity about oneself and others. Betrayal shakes the very foundation of trust, leaving one questioning relationships and even their own judgment. Whether it's a friend who reveals a confidence, a partner who breaks a vow, or a colleague who undermines you, the betrayal feels like a personal attack, a breach of the faith you placed in someone. Yet, as disorienting as it may be, betrayal also serves as a stark wake-up call. It forces you to confront the reality of your relationships, stripping away illusions and presenting the truth in its rawest form. In the aftermath of betrayal, there's an opportunity to reflect deeply on what went wrong and why. This reflection often leads to profound personal insights. You may discover areas where you ignored red flags, gave too much of yourself, or placed trust in those who didn't deserve it. While these realizations can be painful, they are also empowering. They provide a clearer understanding of your values and boundaries, teaching you to prioritize your well-being and to be more discerning about whom you allow into your inner circle. Betrayal can also illuminate the strength you possess. When the initial shock fades, you may find a resilience you didn't know you had. Surviving betrayal and emerging stronger is a testament to your inner fortitude. It shows that while someone may have broken your trust, they didn't break you. This newfound strength becomes a cornerstone for future relationships, enabling you to engage with others from a place of confidence rather than vulnerability. Moreover, betrayal often reveals who your true allies are. In the wake of disloyalty, those who stand by you, offering support and understanding, become more apparent. These are the relationships worth nurturing, connections built on genuine loyalty and mutual respect. Betrayal has a way of clearing away the superficial, leaving behind a network of people who truly have your back. Another hidden blessing of betrayal is the clarity it brings about your life's direction. Sometimes, betrayal pushes you out of situations that were no longer serving you, even if you didn't realize it at the time. It can be the catalyst for change, prompting you to pursue new opportunities, relationships, or paths that are more aligned with your authentic self. In this sense, betrayal acts as a force of disruption that, while uncomfortable, paves the way for growth and new beginnings. Consider the story of someone who, after being betrayed in a business partnership, decided to start their own venture. The betrayal, though painful, became the impetus for independence and the pursuit of a long-held dream. The experience taught them invaluable lessons about trust, partnership, and their own capabilities. In the end, they not only survived, but thrived, building a business that was wholly their own. Betrayal also fosters empathy and a deeper understanding of the human condition. Experiencing disloyalty can make you more compassionate toward others who have suffered similar wounds. It deepens your emotional intelligence, enhancing your ability to navigate relationships with sensitivity and awareness. Ultimately, viewing betrayal as a blessing is about reframing the narrative. It's about shifting from a victim mentality to one of empowerment, seeing betrayal not as an end, but as a beginning. It's a lesson in resilience, self-awareness, and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. While betrayal marks a painful chapter, it's also a gateway to personal growth, clarity, and a stronger, wiser version of yourself. In the end, it's not the betrayal that defines you, but how you rise from it. Outclassing the competition, winning without confrontation, reveals the power of maintaining composure and dignity in the face of conflict, demonstrating how rising above petty disputes not only leads to personal growth, but also sets you apart from the competition. In a world where conflict is often seen as inevitable and confrontation is considered a necessary part of success, there's an alternative path that values grace, patience, and strategic restraint. The true art of winning without confrontation is about mastering the ability to navigate difficult situations with poise, allowing your actions and results to speak louder than words. When faced with conflict, the first step to outclassing the competition is to remain calm. Emotions can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive reactions that escalate the situation unnecessarily. The key is to pause, take a deep breath, and resist the urge to engage in the heat of the moment. By staying composed, you create the space to assess the situation clearly and respond in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. This moment of stillness can be transformative as it allows you to move beyond the immediate conflict and focus on the bigger picture. Composure doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending nothing bothers you. Rather, it's about managing your response and staying in control of how you engage with the situation. It's important to acknowledge your feelings, but rather than reacting impulsively, take a step back and ask yourself how you want to handle the situation with dignity. When you choose to act from a place of calm and clarity, you signal to others that you are not easily swayed by external pressures, creating an aura of strength and confidence. Another essential strategy is the power of silence. In many situations, silence can be more powerful than any verbal response. When someone attempts to provoke you or draw you into a petty argument, choosing silence sends a clear message that you are not interested in engaging in trivial disputes. It's a form of self-respect, demonstrating that you understand the futility of getting involved in unnecessary drama. This approach not only protects your energy, but also forces others to re-evaluate their approach, as they realize they cannot provoke a reaction from you. In addition to silence, the ability to detach from the situation is crucial. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, but rather the ability to separate yourself emotionally from the conflict. It's about not allowing others' behavior to affect your sense of self-worth or disrupt your peace of mind. By detaching from the situation, you maintain your focus on what truly matters: your goals, your values, and your long-term success. You stop allowing the actions of others to dictate your mood or direction, and instead, you stay grounded in your purpose. An important aspect of outclassing the competition is to focus on your actions, not the words or actions of others. Instead of getting caught up in petty disputes or trying to prove yourself in the midst of conflict, let your work and achievements do the talking. Excellence speaks volumes. By consistently performing at your highest level, you demonstrate your competence, integrity, and value. Without needing to engage in verbal sparring or competition, people will recognize your worth through your actions, and your reputation will grow based on your ability to remain above the fray. Another key to rising above is understanding the power of timing. There's wisdom in knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. In moments of conflict, the right response often comes from choosing the perfect time to act. Sometimes, saying nothing and allowing the situation to unfold naturally can be the most powerful move you can make. Other times, taking decisive action at the right moment can turn the situation in your favor. The key is to trust your intuition, remain patient, and wait for the optimal time to make your move. In competitive environments, whether in business, sports, or personal life, the temptation to engage in confrontations can be strong. However, the most successful individuals are often those who avoid getting caught up in drama, choosing instead to rise above. By maintaining your composure, Focusing on your goals and allowing your achievements to speak for themselves, you set yourself apart from those who engage in petty disputes. You demonstrate that your success is not contingent on defeating others, but on your ability to maintain your integrity and rise above challenges with dignity. Ultimately, winning without confrontation is about creating a space for yourself where you are unaffected by the noise around you. It's about mastering the art of self-discipline, emotional control, and strategic thinking. When you choose this path, you not only outclass your competition, but also create an environment where you thrive on your own terms. In the end, the true measure of success isn't found in defeating others, but in your ability to maintain your composure and dignity, letting your actions and results outshine any petty dispute.